Putting on a pair of socks at the moment. Chilling down in our future grow area. Thought I'd just hang out with you guys for a bit, maybe 15 minutes, half hour, whatever it takes to answer y'all's questions. And since this is all done on my mobile phone, I got to stare at the screen to read your guys' feedback and comments. So, welcome aboard. Um, so, Toto, I don't know who this is. If I know you in real life from Pennsylvania or such, leave me a comment. You can call yourself out so I know who it is. If you're just somebody from the YouTube internet sphere who I've never actually met, welcome aboard though. I did invite folks from Instagram and Facebook to come and join us here on YouTube. So, New Year's Eve 2023, year up. It was a year of disappointments. It was a year of great surprises and blessings as well. There were some frustrations along the way, of course, like anybody has. Hey, we got some more people here. It says I got 3 people watching. You better leave a comment so I know who y'all are. Um, Especially if it's somebody I know, maybe a Pennsylvania cohort, fellow mushroom fan, mushroom hunters out here. But yeah, shoot your questions at me. I will say, just to get us started with some topics, are oh, I got company. We got a little doggy coming up to say hello. What are you doing? Hi. You thought I was talking to you? But anyway, some of the frustrations were I had set myself up thinking I was gonna be at a certain place by the end of this year. Man, I thought I'd be selling mushrooms at market by now. But even though it's coming, we're not there yet. Hello, I want to say hello to, man, is that Thunderlight? Man, I don't even know who these handles are. So if you have a real name, go ahead and leave your real name. Maybe I'll recognize you. If I don't know you though from real life, it's still great to have you join. Happy New Year in advance. I got that premature congratulations. Happy New Year, a little day early, but that's all right. Um, but I think every one of us can attest to the fact that we see ourselves being a certain place by year's end, and not hitting certain goals can be a little disappointing. But I am excited to know that by the end of this year, I've surpassed 1,000 subscribers on the YouTubes. Hey, sorry, we got comments coming in. I better read them. I can't read either. Man, I can zoom in, but I'm only zooming in on myself. Shoot. Oh, okay. So we may not have met in person, but welcome. I know Bridget. Man, that's pretty cool. They got kind of fans or people watching my channel as a connection through people I know. So that's a blessing. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Andy from New Hampshire, man. Going out today. I don't know if you can see out the window behind me. I'm actually kind of subterranean down in a basement area here. So grade is like right here. So I am technically below grade, but you guys already knew that. But so yeah, if I met you guys at, I might have trouble just because of the weather out. I don't know. Can you guys see? We got some ground coverage out here in the middle of nowhere, PA. So hey, to show off some like this tent that we just set up again. Thank you, Will. My dude Will. Some of my old YouTube followers from way back will remember Will from some of our technical videos growing mushrooms and stuff. I honestly, I can say I wouldn't be here today with what I have going for me with mushrooms and such if it wasn't for Will. Will has been integral in me being or becoming Mr. Jeff, as I call, self-proclaimed Pennsylvania's favorite rock star mushroom hunter. Here's a little fun fact for you guys. Will knows this too, and we've talked about this idea. But when I first came out to PA, second time around back in November 2019, I knew shiitake about mushrooms. Like I knew a few culinary mushrooms. I knew about portobellos and your creminis and shiitake and stuff like that for eating. But heck, I didn't even know those were. I didn't know like a portobello and a cremini were actually the same species. Those are some of the fun facts you pick up when you delve into the world of mushrooms and mycology and foraging and such. Excuse me. But what was I saying? Oh, moved out here, came out to Pennsylvania for the second time in my life in 2019. Linked back up with Will. So I knew Will from the first time I lived out in PA. Met him when I applied for a job at bees, like honeybees, and he taught me beekeeping, and we had interest in different topics like natural healing, permaculture, self-sustainability, and handcrafted items. So there, we both kind of enjoyed, and we kind of hit it off, became friends. And I had since left PA, moved, life goes on, came back to PA years later, 2019, linked up with him again. So anyway, coming out here, I knew nothing about mushrooms hardly. I didn't know nothing about these woods in PA. Maybe there's a government conspiracy. Anyway, this video is sponsored by C4 on ice mixed with beetroot powder. But yeah, the days of being novice, being a newbie of the woods, not knowing the difference between this and that. And heck, I go out there like this past week, I went out in the woods and I'm still finding polypores that I'm like, what the heck is this one? So if I'm not mistaken, I think there's over 200,000 wild mushroom species in PA alone. And you can imagine many of those being polypores, many of those found in these woods around me. So even though I may have come across dozens and have identified dozens at times, I'm not retaining all this information. Sometimes I look up a mushroom, find out what it is. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And it doesn't cross my consciousness again about that. Once again, I'm going in the woods looking for species that I can really utilize, both medicinally or mushroom enthusiasm. May be familiar with artist conch or Dyer's polypore.